Hello, guys, and welcome back to the SCPH Battle Royale. Give us a little bit of a breather right there to wait up, figure out when is gonna be our next match, and we are gonna be getting, of course, into our round two affair. So basically, this is now the top eight, and we will be getting our two winners, our two grand finalists from these two maps. It's still gonna be Arctic Dream for both the first round two matchup as well as the second round two matchup. So it is going to be even ground in that way. And later on, we'll figure out how we are going to be going for that third place matchup, as it will be a chaotic FFA looking to be featuring 6 players as well. But the grand finals itself, it will be back to 1v1 on, well, a map that everyone loves to hate and everyone hates to love. Can already guess what it is. It's still in the ladder, that's for sure. But as we are going to be getting into this upcoming matchup, I do just want to quickly shout out everyone who has participated so far from round one. I, Sifu, Vera, Dead Trooper, Exile, Toxicator, Subi, IGD23, Zero Smasher, Blue Comeback, Gobelam, Mr. Lasty, Agent X, Justice Simon, Han Solar Cosmic, Saipem, Tukmoy, Kiter, Smile, Nice Bullet, and Sick Kitty. Thank you guys for participating into the Battle Royale, for registering and making this one a happening truly. But as we are getting into our top 8, our first matchup is going to be very, very interesting because it's not only TVT, but also versus Terran, but also versus Terran number 2. So it's T, BT, BT, BT. And it's Deadlypants, bayagster, NewVagabond, and Mausami for this first round 2 matchup. On the other side, it's Nux, Exoskeletor, Jazzy J, and Stuggy, which is going to be Zerg, Terran, Zerg, Protoss. It's really interesting. We have 5 Terrans, 2 Zerg, 1 Protoss, and just goes to show when you're playing Toss in an FFA, and you just get rushed by the opponent that's closest to you, then it's an easy time for you to truly die. But I was talking about Arctic Dream earlier on, and the thing about a map like this, it does have a safe ground. It does have a safe space wherein you can actually go to the back of your base. There is going to be expansion on the low ground, and you can kind of hide yourself there on a 2 base setup. When you do want to go for your third, though, you have to make sure that you are ready to go, and you can actually defend, you can actually attack, and that is where you really have to bring in the pain and punishment. It's very easy though to wall off if you need to, but in Terran versus Terran versus Terran versus Terran, doesn't really matter if you wall up because those Marines are just gonna be shooting down from the low ground. The Reaper can come up on top. Vision is so easy, and I would love to see some floating buildings decide to be as chaotic as possible. But this is gonna be really, really fun to see. We are just waiting on for our last player in Deadlypants to get into the matchup. Seems like he's struggling a little bit to have the map, but it is gonna be time for our TVT. Not just one, it's not just two. It's 3 and 4. Human race gonna be the master race here. And I understand why we're seeing Terran a lot in the Battle Royale. You're just able to basically be as flexible as possible, not only in terms of the unit composition, but also the positioning. Floating those buildings if need be, very, very important for mobilizing. You don't need to be going for a full macro like the Zerg. You're not going to get rushed like the Protoss, and I feel like the Terran is really the balance race in that aspect. But as we are getting into round number 2, I just want to quickly shout out SM City, Trece Martires for making this one happen, as well as the cyber craze at SM. You look for the gadgets, you're looking for something to add in to your rig or whatever setup you have. Look no further than SM, especially SM City Trece Martires for making this happen. This is brought to you, of course, by DLS Mizzle, who has always been very, very useful, has been very, very provisionary with all the overlays, as well as being one of the best admins in the SCPH community. And this is broadcasted here at twitch.tv/DaksPH. But now, round number 2 matchup coming our way. We are going to be getting on into the game in just a bit. Mausami, Deadlypants. We also have NewVagabond as well as Bayagster. And we are going to be getting into this match right now. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Terran versus Terran. versus Terran. Wait for it. Versus Terran. You are gonna get the TBT, BT. And it really just goes to show you, human race is just all about conflict, isn't it? It's all about fighting each other as much as possible. There's no peace ever between humans, and it just goes to show that even StarCraft, it is the same vein. Introducing first though, on the north side of Arctic Dream LE, it is the man from the Masters Bracket usually. This is the man who's been a veteran all throughout. It's our Green Terran, bayagster. There's something to take note real quick, guys, is bayagster is usually a Protoss player. But knowing this is FFA, I love that he has decided to be versatile. He changed things up, went for Terran instead, knowing that he doesn't want to get rushed per se if someone decides to actually focus him. And looking at his build order right now, knowing he knows exactly what to do. He's going for that early racks to make sure that he is fine and dandy on the defense. He goes for the expansion on the backside of his base. And bayagster right now look to be a very aggressive player in this FFA. But on his west, on his 6, on his 9, 10 even by this area, it is our purple Terran NewVagabond. So we saw NewVagabond earlier on play a really good macro game when he was left to his own devices. This time though, will it be the same case? But because he has a next door neighbor that is looking to kill him on the spot to get him rid of his property and get land off his feet. But on to the south side, we are not done yet with the introductions. It is going to be our orange Terran Deadlypants. This guy taking his sweet time to get the load on in, but it seems like he's going to be going for mass reapers right now with the barracks ready to go. And his neighbor on the east side, it's our blue Terran Mausami. Now Mausami, I think I've seen him play a little bit of the Protoss too, but I do believe he is a Terran player if I remember correctly. But anyway, got all of our Terran players all good to go in this game. Reapers now going to be brawling immediately. Deadlypants going to get caught out in the open. And Mausami will be defending for the time being. Factory going to be bringing on those Hellions as well. And these Reapers are going to be as very as pesky as possible. Looking at how they're going to be doing things, it seems like when they have these Reapers, they're just going to be hopping on around onto those ramps in the first place. Seems like though Deadlypants having a few issues here and there. And looking at Arctic Dream itself, there are these inhibition zones that get in the way. They will give a slow field to anyone who crosses them. So for our Terran players, they do have to be careful where they position around the map. Merge right now though coming on through here for bayagster. He's going for many racks right now, and he is going to be defending with these Marines with the bunker set on up. Still though, it seems like he's the only one with the 2 base setup. Mausami going to be lagging behind a little bit. But since he went for these early racks, at the very least, he is going to be down on the tech, but up on the units. Factory is going to be going online as well. Bayagster maybe going to be decided to play the mech base playstyle here. But on the other side, Mausami going to be timing it out and going to be going for the Banshee push instead. Anyway though, for Deadlypants, second base now gonna be the place to be. He wants to get this next command center up and running. And with the racks is online here for DP, he just wants to go for a little bit of bio as well. Medic backdrop can be pretty pesky. We'll see if there's going to be any kind of range. I do want to see if there is going to be a situation wherein one side has siege tanks on their safe base. As this Mausami cleaning up house, he just gets rid of those SCVs with this Banshee very easily. And he's going to be getting cloaked very soon. Missile turret though going online for Deadlypants ASAP as he saw the air unit up in the air. And this NewVagabond right now going for even more production. Bayagster though pushing forward. Siege tank gonna clean that one up. And these Marines with no upgrades are just gonna be cannon fodder truly to a setup just like that. Bayagster though wants to bring in a little bit more siege tank. Very good for defense. Cyclone gonna be useful as well in terms of that utility. Mobilized around the map. Missile turrets now going online here for Bayagster just in case Banshees do come online on the other side. And speaking of the Banshee, Deadlypants gets the shutdown just in time. So far so good for all our players. Everyone is on the macro end. Everyone is not slipping up in terms of any big mistakes. And it really just goes to show that these guys made it to the round 2 for a reason. But Deadlypants is the one hurting the most in terms of economy. He's going for this weird proxy mine, in long distance mine rather, and he's not building that second command center as of yet. In the meantime though, here for Mausami, he just wants to mobilize, he wants to use all this time to basically make sure that this second base is all good to go. And no players as of yet going onto the outside. They're going for drop plays right now. Deadlypants crossing the forest and gonna be doing here. Siege tank though set up. Here we go with Mausami though bringing in his units, and the siege tank is bringing in the hurt as well. There we go with the push on in. Deadlypants now dropping down these Hellions, and it just goes to show closest neighbor is not gonna happen whatsoever. It is just gonna be pain and agony on every single angle. So scans do go online, and Mausami gonna get caught with not only his pants down but also his front gates open. We're gonna be seeing bayagster play the greed and stay onto the northeast side. So this is his time to actually come up on the macro. He's the one most macro focused in this game. He has 45 of these SCVs, and he's going for 4 bases, which is very, very greedy. NewVagabond though, sneaky peeky. Ghost Academy on the west side, gonna be getting cloak. We do have a southwest ninja expansion there for NewVagabond as well. And the situation right now is our 2 players on the northwest are being very, very economically focused, while in the meantime Deadlypants and Mausami are literally at each other's throats, trying to strangle each other as quick as can be. So here in a map like this, you are kind of defended by inhibition zones, and in that instance the medevac gonna get caught out in the open there. Still though for bayagster, he's going all the way up on the tech tree, because Battlecruiser is gonna be online very, very soon. Now, in all honesty, I'm trying to figure out how we can talk about build orders and like, but it seems like it's just, if you're not gonna get bothered, it feels more like a 1v1 in a way. You're getting your late bio-based composition here from NewVagabond. He's going for stim pack by around 7.5 minutes. No one really doing the 1-1-1 expand. It was 2 racks expansion there for bayagster. Maybe Mausami in a way, since he did go for a little bit more onto the tech side before he got the CC on. Deadlypants in the meantime deciding to go for a very, very drop-focused game before anything else. And it just is different kinds of philosophies here for all our players. As here we go again with Deadlypants, going for a drop on down. Liberator though gonna be anticipating any kind of defenses. And Mausami gonna be doing the same, gonna be looking for the drop on down, but he loses a full medevac with those units. Heartbreaking stuff there, as Mausami already 1/3 of his combat strength. And here we go with Deadlypants, gonna be looking to defend instead. His backs though having absolutely nothing, and Mausami actually catching Deadlypants. Wait for it with his pants down, because here we go now with the Marauders tanking things up. The Rain's gonna be taking some damage there as well. Siege tank though finally in position, and the SCVs are pulled to clean things up and make sure everything is fine and dandy. But nuclear warfare is the way to go. NewVagabond, what are we even doing here? I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to set your pants on fire. And as Deadlypants is going to be looking to repair that reactor, the real question is, who is NewVagabond going to be going first for? Will he go for his next born neighbor, bayagster? Because bayagster is having the time of his life, in all honesty. He has 64 SCVs, he is on 4 base, and it's just ridiculous how much economy he has. In the meantime though, more nukes are coming our way, and it is going to be time to let it rain and make sure the frosted fields are going to be a little bit different. Now, interesting upgrades here for bayagster. Going to be going for those building upgrades for some weird reason. Might want to add things up, make things attackier, even a few more bunker slots there, and then... But for Mausami, he's gonna go for the push, and this is gonna be painful for Deadlypants. He has not gotten only the agony and wrath of 1 player, it's gonna be 2, and that nuclear missile is gonna land on down, and Deadlypants is gonna be looking dead in the water there. Kaboom! Baby, the Marauders gonna be looking at one with awe, but that SCV line has been completely destroyed, and NewVagabond has started off the hot and spicy war. He who launches the first nuke gonna be making this world turn into a terrible, terrible place. And NewVagabond is the one anticipating what are the launch codes. Seems like NewVagabond has them. Mausami in the meantime gonna be building onto the outside, feeling very confident after seeing a little bit of help there from his enemy. And And now for Deadlypants, it's just a sad time. He only has a handful of units. Gonna be backing on out here to the high ground. He's trying to expand onto the outside, but it doesn't matter. Mausami gonna be crawling on forward, sees the open door, and will take it. And this should be it for Deadlypants. He will go down in smoke, fire, and a nuclear missile to boot. 1 down, 3 to go. And NewVagabond, this guy unleashing the beast. At least that nuclear missile connecting in the best way. Now Mausami gonna be having a good time so far. The question is, did they actually have a little bit of an allegiance there? Because I saw a few Hellions, I believe, from NewVagabond actually go into Mausami's base, but then he nukes down Deadlypants instead. At least that's 1 down, but bayagster, this guy has how many bases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who has 8 bases in an FFA? It is bayagster, that's for sure. He's going for more BCs right now. How many does he even have by this point? He only has 4 though. It's not really the highest department. Roldo coming on in. Vikings gonna be in position as well. It seems like it is just gonna be a few pickings here and there, but actually not really paying attention to these siege tanks right now. And the Liberator will just basically 3-shot these things for free. On the other side, so Mausami is gonna have the time of his life because he is basically given all the space in the world and more to breed. He's going for 4 starports, which just means that he might go BC very soon. And this time, bayagster are going to be going for his nukes as well. Good eye matrixing though from the Ravens of NewVagabond, but bayagster defending with these capital ships. And it seems like our greedy player is going to be looking to do all he can and more. So the cleanup crew is a go. Mausami looking like damage control here. Gonna be cleaning things up and will be wanting to expand perhaps onto the bases that Deadlypants has left behind. But here we go again with another Ghost Yamato Cannon gonna be going online as well here for NewVagabond, as bayagster is just gonna be having these 4 men check out these expansions. Not really doing anything per se, but at the very least that's gonna be some more production later on. In any case though, it is going to be a creeping barrage again. bayagster bringing in these siege tanks, and this is where an FFA can crawl to a halt, but it's actually really exciting to see these players duel in this way. More starports right now from bayagster. Sensor towers are up and running. And what is the plan here for NewVagabond? It seems like he wants to go against Mausami first. He knew that they were having a little bit of a duel while NewVagabond and bayagster left themselves to each other. And it really just goes to show, since they're being very confident of their economical advantage onto the southeast side, they might even go for the 2v1 here. I do want to see someone backstab someone soon. It really feels like anything can really happen. Here we go though with the nuclear miss again. Scan gonna be coming online though, and I believe Mausami knows that that is coming. As here comes the pain, here comes the rain, and nuclear missile gonna land on down to get rid of the refineries yet again. It's a subtle nuke this time. It just is gonna be cleaning up the mineral line yet again. And now it's Mausami is gonna be coming back. What the hell? Holy mother of nukes. bayagster gonna be bringing his own kind of flavor, and this is just gonna be hitting the starports this time. Flame on, and you can see that the nukes are trying to bring it yet again. It has turned into crawling out in the fallout. And it seems like it is gonna be this kind of game instead. I personally love seeing nukes just rain on down. Here we go though yet again. And Mausami, these upgrades are coming online very soon. Will it actually make it? That is gonna be the question here. I do believe though the armory is very tanky in this instance, and these upgrades will go online in time. 250 HP, yes, it will survive. But bayagster is using this opportunity to tactical warp all the way to the southeast corner, and bayagster right now bringing in the pain to Mausami. The nukes have already landed, so that is initial resources going down in smokes. And here we go again with a twin nuke barrage. bayagster is not only bringing in space and time against Mausami, but he is also going to be bringing in nuclear fire yet again. Here we go one more time. It's just rain, go away, come again another day. These nukes are here to come and play. And now Mausami is going for the counterattack. It doesn't matter, because these nukes are here. GG is called, and it's 1v1 right now between the two next door neighbors. The evil has been defeated, the truce has been lifted, and now Bayagster and NewVagabond. It feels like it has been World War II here on the southeast, drops and everything, nuclear missiles to end it. But on the northwest sides, it's World War I. It's trench warfare at its finest. Bayagster as well as NewVagabond literally at each other's lines right now. It's just feeling a little bit vintage here on the northwest. Interesting expansions though for both sides. A heavy concentration here for Bayagster. He's sticking around on the northeast, while on the west, it's just NewVagabond having everything there. West versus east. Where have I seen that one before? But no more nukes are coming online here for Mr. Bayagster. And the question right now is, where will he unleash it? He can, I believe, if he scans here, he can go for a nuke onto the north side. And that can clear things out here in the back. Still though for NewVagabond, these brains up on top. Vikings also going to be into play. Here comes the BCs. One Thor for good measure, I believe. And what is the plan right now? Will anyone actually stick around on the southeast? But after you nuke something, might as well, right? It's an irradiated land. You don't want to grow a third arm right there. We go yet again. As this is going to be the Marines right now looking to at least mobilize on the south side. Does NewVagabond even know that Mausami is gone from this game? I believe he does, and he is just going to be looking on around instead to figure out what's going on. Nukes though into play. Where are those ghosts? They are hiding on the east side. And I don't think NewVagabond sees this coming. It's time to break a few turrets here and there and clean up the front line. There's an opening now made. This will allow Bayagster to move on forward just a little bit more. And the question right now is, what is going to be the plan here for NewVagabond? Because Bayagster is knocking on his doorstep. Here we go with a close range engagement. Missile turrets though bringing the hurt already. And the siege tanks are also going to be going for the cannon fire as much as possible. So though, another nuke. And I like this here from NewVagabond because he is going to be anticipating a potential push. And with these siege tanks in position right now, it's lucky for Bayagster that he's able to get the hell out of there in time. Nuclear missile doesn't really get too much there, and by that I mean absolutely nothing. But Bayagster is floating on a lot of money. He has 10k minerals, 6,000 gas. Here on the other side, Bayagster, NewVagabond rather, with around 3k minerals and 2.7 gas. So it just feels like it's a little bit of a economical advantage here for Bayagster because he can build these command centers right in front of his opponent and turn them into PFs if need be. Here we go though, red again. Ghost now gonna get caught out. Nuclear missile not gonna land this time, good sir. And I do wish we could get rid of the former players on the production tab, but it is what it is. It's not dynamic that way. Nuke right now onto the cliff. Siege tank though will spot one out. And can they actually survive? That's the question. No, it won't. Both blown up to smithereens. And I like the logic here from NewVagabond. He sets up these what? Siege tanks all around. He's making sure he has an angle on every single ghost location. And the question right now is, what is the plan between our two players? Because for Bayagster, he uses a lot of money. He can go for the brute force method, slam his head against his opponent, and kind of win from there. But of course, NewVagabond not going to be one to keel over and just let that one happen. No, sir. It feels like we have a fight coming our way very, very soon. +2 right now going online here for NewVagabond in vehicle weapons as well as the ship weaponry and even the +2 on the infantry. So upgrades abound here for our purple Terran. They do want to just add things up in the first place. And it is going to be time now for Bayagster to crawl on in. Siege stacks now setting on up yet again. Southwest side. Gonna get hammered here by NewVagabond. Instance like this, as it seems like my cat is digging around, looking to go for a little bit of a piss there. The SCVs are pulled to clean things up yet again. This is Bayagster though, just holding the lines, having these Marines ready to go. And at the very least, Bayagster realizes that if he gets rid of the outermost bases, he might have an easier time to clean up his opponent, because he already has an idea of how much money his opponent has. But this is going to be a big nuke if it connects. Scando is online. NewVagabond timing that one out really correctly. And I think in a game like this, the biggest thing to set up for has to be the fact that if one of these two players is able to hide that red dot beneath some units here and there, it's gonna be a very surprising tactical nuke to blow things up yet again. And as we said earlier on, Bayagster are going to be turning these command centers into planetary fortresses for some good reason. There we go though with the scans yet again. And where are the ghosts this time? That's the question here. Because the nuclear missile is coming that way. There they are on the south side. Gonna get caught out. And it's still gonna land! And that's gonna be big! That makes an opening here for Bayagster! NewVagabond not getting the kill in time because the scan dissipates there. And this can be Bayagster right now. Looking to bring it even a little more so. And guys, if you are interested in connecting the community, don't forget, we have the SCPH Discord. You can check that one out. One of the mods here can potentially link it up for the community. I see so many players in the SCPH community, and they do hang out a bunch in the Discord practice matches, the last man standing setup. But you know who might be the last man standing here? It might be Bayagster, because here again with the nukes, blows things up on the east side. And this is NewVagabond right now, kind of slipping through the cracks here. He has to make sure that he figures out what Bayagster is up to and fast, because he is running out of time, running out of units, and running out of buildings, to say the least. Here comes Bayagster, gonna get caught out here with the BC. And NewVagabond right now deciding to bring in his own bulk to clean up house and clean up everything. Now the thing here is Bayagster is just chilling out. He doesn't want to go for the push as of yet. He's just waiting for NewVagabond to make a mistake. And I believe this is the mistake that's going to be happening very, very soon. Because with all these units out of position, one push into the main going to be very, very big for him. And here comes Bayagster right now, looking to actually answer back instead. He has so many Vikings. He's gonna catch out these BCs from behind. Beautiful backstab here from Bayagster. Capital ships going down yet again in flames. And now the missiles are gonna be going over here yet again. One anti-armor though can make a difference. NewVagabond though not going for it. It's Micah right now though for Bayagster. Guys, to retreat because of the overwhelming Viking squad here from NewVagabond. But it feels like it just doesn't matter per se. Because even though NewVagabond has all these Vikings, what will he even do with them later on? He can turn them sure into the ground mode, but they don't really pack the biggest punch of all. Here we go though, yet again, I believe the nuclear missile was cancelled this time by NewVagabond. And these Vikings are going to be in position to go for the main base instead. Getting rid of the sensor tower. Sure, in sheer numbers, they're pretty scary. But right now, Bayagster taking advantage of the transformation there and going for the air units instead. Evening up the odds. And I like that there from Bayagster. He realized the situation, cut down the army in half effectively. And right now, he is going to be going for the cleanup instead. Vikings going for the brawl yet again. Nuclear missiles going to be landing down on the west side. And NewVagabond, he's at least trying to clean things up, but it really won't matter in the end if Bayagster can get all these units up and running. SCV is now going to be saying goodbye to their paychecks because these nukes are going to land on the middle line there. And what is the plan now for NewVagabond? I believe he is running out of resources. He is running out of gas completely. And what is left here for our Purple Terran? There is barely anything in his bank. Extremely unfortunate here for NewVagabond. He was doing so good so far, but Bayagster just overwhelming money, and he's not even bothering to cloak anymore. He knows his opponent can't do anything about these nukes, and he will just land them down onto the command center yet again. Here we go, 1 and 2. This time they will get the blow on up. And Bayagster is always ready with those twin nukes looking to blow things up. Or though in position to try and go for the anti-air. The Vikings right now cleaning up house yet again. Gonna be landing down this time. And it's now time for Bayagster to bring in the painting punishment. All the cannons tearing everything apart. And this is looking to be game, set, and match. Absolutely well played here by Bayagster. 16k on the economy department. Having those nukes ready to go every single time. And this has to be GG. Shit, haha, GG indeed. Bayagster is our first grand finalist in the Battle Royale. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a match. And what a nuclear fire to rain on down yet again. Bayagster though showing everyone how it's done. Nukes connect, get the economy, and then beat out your former teammates at the last moment. Impressive, impressive. And I do like how the nukes were used against Deadlypants and Mausami. Really good tag team tandem from them, I believe. Still, though, it was more of a ceasefire in a way rather than a complete alliance since they were having that standoff on the north side. But really impressive there from Bayagster. Gotta say, it was really, really fun to see those nukes rain down at those moments. And hey, we might see another member of the Master Plus bracket later on. But for now, Bayagster is gonna be the one to watch out for, the one to beat. He'll be our first grand finalist, an amazing TVT BTVT. And if you want more action like this, don't forget guys to share the stream, show off to your friends that this is what this is all about. Stay tuned, stick around. This is the SCPH Battle Royale. We are going to be getting into our next game in just a bit.